Hey everyone, and welcome back. Wanted to cover a couple things on this video that I did not do on the last video. One of which I thought I'd actually done on a video like a week ago before all my power went out and all that, and apparently I didn't, so I'm going to correct that today. So first up, Blue Underground has released all three covers to their upcoming 4K release of Dead and Buried. That is going to have a lenticular cover, and much like their zombie release from like 2 years ago, it's going to have three variant covers to choose from. So the first one is actually going to be obviously the original poster artwork, which I'm glad they're using. Another one is going to be the infamous eye stab scene, eye needle in the eye scene. And then finally, and this is the one unfortunately I couldn't get a clear image of, it's actually an image from a video, but it is of the Burning Man scene. Definitely shaping up to be a really fun release. And again, this is going to have obviously a 4K disc, a Blu-ray disc, as well as the soundtrack CD. Right now it's scheduled for the summer. No exact date is up just yet, but I'll definitely let you know when that is and when the pre-orders start going up. Speaking of 4K and also coming this summer, it's actually going to be a release from Kino of the Orson Welles classic Touch of Evil. That's a very dark film noir that Orson Welles made, and I'd be interested to see what is included. Some of the specs I don't believe have been released just yet. There are, I think, 3 different cuts of the film, so I'm hoping all 3 cuts will be in 4K. So while not strictly horror, but I figured some of you might be interested in that, so just wanted to mention that real quick. And then finally, we have a new release coming from Severin. This is the one I actually thought I already covered, but I did not. So coming May 25th is a new Christopher Lee box set called the Euro Crypt of Christopher Lee Collection. It's a 9-disc set and it is loaded. So as you can see here from their description, he remains one of the most beloved horror fantasy icons in US, UK pop culture history, but Christopher Lee delivered several of the most compelling, acclaimed, and bizarre performances of his entire career in 1960s Europe. The Euro Crypt of Christopher Lee brings together 5 of these Lee classics: the 1964 Gothic shocker Crypt of the Vampire, the 1964 cult hit Castle of the Living Dead, co-starring an unknown Donald Sutherland, 1962's celebrated Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace, 1967's lurid favorite, The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism, and the rarely seen 1963 oddity, Challenge the Devil, with the 24 surviving episodes of the 1971 film Polski anthology series, Theater Macabre, hosted by Lee, all remastered from original negative materials with over 10 hours of trailers, rare promos, audio commentaries, and vintage interviews, plus the Castle of the Living Dead soundtrack and an all-new 88-page book by Lee biographer Jonathan Rigby. So as I go through them real quick, the Castle of the Living Dead has a new 4K scan from the original Italian negative. Challenge the Devil, aka Catharsis, has a new 2K scan from the Italian negative. Crypt of the Vampire has a new 2K scan from a fine-grained 35mm master print. For those of you who don't know, master prints were prints that were made that were intended for archival purposes, so they were not intended to be projected in any way. So a lot of times those prints are in really great condition, and they're also good to use as reference material when you're doing a color timing. Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace gets a new 2K scan from the German negative, and then the Theater Macabre show is scanned in 2K from the original negatives, and the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism has a 4K scan from the original German negative. And the extras disc that they're calling Relics from the Crypt is a collection of interviews with Christopher Lee over the years and other related horror featurettes, including the first ever release of the recently unearthed 20-minute 1964 Swiss TV documentary Horror, featuring interviews with Christopher Lee, Boris Karloff, Vincent Price, Roy Ashton, Roger Corman, and behind-the-scenes footage of The Gorgon and Mask of the Red Death. As you can see, this thing is just packed with all kinds of stuff. It's really just an amazing box set. And in true Severin fashion, they also have a limited edition bundle, which obviously includes the box set, as well as Terence Fisher, Master of Gothic Cinema book by Tony Dalton, a first edition hardcover signed by the author. Please note, this book is different from the Jonathan Rigby book that is included inside the Euro Crypt box set. A Severin Films Hall of Fame enamel pin, number 20, of Christopher Lee, Lee. And then finally a Christopher Lee tribute poster measuring 18 by 24. And that is limited to 250. And again, that is due out May 25th. So this year is really shaping up to be quite a year for releases. I mean, I was starting to think it might be a little quiet, especially after last year. But, you know, every time I say that, it's just like, nope, not at all. We got more coming out than I'm sure most of us can afford to spend. But some of us, you know, we try and find a way. So just want to give you the heads up on that. And obviously, definitely mention the Christopher Lee box set. I can't believe I didn't get to that one earlier. So definitely let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.